Hey guys, how's it going? Chairman here, and welcome to an Automatic Sugarcane tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you this and hopefully describing why I do things, because I was watching a video, this is where I learned how to do it, and he didn't really describe what he was doing and why most of the time, and a lot of the comments were saying that. And I've never really done this. This is the second time I've built this, because I actually did record this a second ago, but I realized this actually kind of doesn't work. It mostly does, apart from this last one, because the redstone doesn't reach it, because obviously this goes 16. I think it goes 16, or it goes to a certain amount, and it didn't reach. So I'm going to be doing it over here again, and I kind of screwed up on the last one because I was stuttering a lot because I hadn't done it. So yeah, let's do it. So first of all, what we're going to do is put 6, I believe it's 6, yeah, six stairs on both sides, and then you're going to want a 2 gap in the middle, because this is where, let me get a chest. This is where you're going to want a chest and a hopper, well, 2 hoppers actually. Actually, you could have one if you wanted to save, but I'm a guy that's a bit OCD with symmetrical stuff, so I like it like this. I just had hiccups, I apologize. So now we're going to need sand. You want sand from the cobblestone and onwards. So all of that, like this. There we go. And then you're also going to want some. Hang on a second. Well, actually, we better do this so we can add in the water. You're going to patch that bit up and patch that bit up. So it should kind of be looking like this so far. Once you put in the water, it should probably flow that way. Yep. And then you do this and it flows that way. To get rid of this, you can keep this if you really want to, or what you can do is get a sign and put it on both sides. So to stop the water, so one there and one there. There we go. So now we've got the water, so when the sugarcane gets pushed off, it'll flow into the water, go into the hoppers, and the hoppers will go into the chest, making it kind of like automatic. So do this as well. Kind of put this up, and I need to set the time to 1. Right, so patch this up as well at the back, and like this. And then what we're going to have here is we're going to have 1 piece of sugarcane. I'm not going to add that in right now, but it will be added in later. And we're going to want pistons. You just want normal pistons, really, not really sticky pistons, and put it all the way like that. So it should be like this. Leave a gap there actually for that side. Actually, it can be any side, but I like it on the right side, like that. And then we want a piston actually going. So we have a furnace, extend it. We have a piston, and we have sand. I think the sand goes there. Does the sand go there? The sand. Hang on a second. Gotta look at this. The sand goes where the furnace is. So no, that is wrong. The piston goes. I thought it was like this, right? The piston goes there, furnace goes there, and the sand goes there. Okie dokie. So now we're going to want to build this a little bit like so. Also put blocks all above this bit as well, and you might as well do it like this. So a little roof on top. Let's do it like that. And voila, so that should be what this bit kind of looks like. You can actually add, I'll add it in now, add the glass panes here, so that when the sugarcane is planted, it will hit, instead of when it's hit, sorry, it won't overhit and go out. It'll hit this glass pane. Sometimes it will go on the sand. Nothing you can do about that, because if you put a full-on block instead of kind of like this, I don't know, this kind of half block, I'd say. I'm going to call this a half block. If you put a full block instead of a half block, it will definitely hit the sand, because it'll hit the block and then just fall down there. So you want kind of these like half blocks. It's such a pain to place down sometimes as well, because it's so small. So like that. And then, you know what, I'm going to add the sugarcane in now. So sugarcane, there we go, and just plant this all over here. There we go. So the sugarcane's planted now, and when it grows, oh, did it already work? No, the other one worked. The BUD switch will hopefully activate. Now you may be wondering, what's a BUD switch? A BUD switch stands for Block Update Detector. And what this thing does is basically every time there's a movement, a change in blocks, so when a sugarcane, you know, kind of rises and there's a block there, it'll activate, and that activates, you know, the pistons to push out and to pull back in. That's what the sand is for, but I'll explain that in a bit. So what we want to do is put hang on a second, let me get my kind of bearings. So that's where that goes. So we want, I believe, redstone all along here, like that. And we want, we need that actually, to put that there, and normal redstone here. And then we actually need a comparator. Is it comparator? Is that what it's called? I think I spelled it wrong. Oh, no, it's there. Yeah, comparator. And we want to put that right here, like that. And then we can put into the furnace for the block. I think you can put in anything. The limit, well, not the limit. Well, yeah, actually, the limit for if you just want to power it is like 14. So if you put in 14 sugarcane, it will just power that. Because if you kind of put in 13, it will not power it. For some reason, I tried to look this up and I couldn't find an explanation. But when you put in items into a furnace on top, it sends a kind of redstone signal, and it powers it a little bit, which is kind of good actually. I didn't know that. That's a new thing I learned today. And I think that's actually basically it. It's not too hard because I learned it today. I can't remember who it was from, but he'll probably be in the description if you want to check that out. But I'm kind of just building it again to, one, share with you guys, and two, kind of explain the properties. So, when that pushes through, this kind of becomes powered a bit, and then it powers this, which goes all the way through, and I believe it should do it to that one now. Yes, it does. So, for example, if the block changes like that, it will push the sugarcane into there, which will go into hoppers and into the large chest. So yeah, this is a fully working automatic sugarcane farm. So whilst you're busy mining or, you know, building a house, this can go off in the background and it can get you some sugarcane. Someone did say it's not very good for quantity wise because there is, like, I don't know how many sugarcane there is, 6, 7, 14 you would get each time. Obviously they don't grow at the same time, but you would get 14 essentially. And I think sugarcane, it's not that big of a part. You only really need it for sugar, for paper, for your books. This is like the main thing for me. And maps if you really need. Paper's not really used for that much, but sugarcane is what you need for enchanting. That's why, you know, this is why this is here. So that's that. The BUD switch is from the pistons, so even if you change any from this block or place a block connecting it, it kind of changes like that and then changes like that. What the piston does here is when it's powered, actually, it'll go up, and because this sand kind of goes up, it then doesn't power this bit, so that's why these pistons kind of go push forward, and they can retract because, you know, the redstone doesn't affect them. And then they retract, and then when the sand, because gravity, you know, it goes down, it kind of restarts it again, but there's no block changes, so it kind of stops. I actually don't know how a BUD switch really works, but that's basically how you make an automatic wheat farm. Not an automatic wheat farm, a automatic sugarcane farm. So it is pretty good. I really like the idea. And these blocks can actually be anything. Don't have to be cobble, obviously. They can be sugarcane. They can't be sugarcane. They can be quartz, which the guy did it in. They could be bricks, sandstone, you know, anything like that. But I chose cobblestone because it's the type of block where when you go mining, you get a lot of, and that's why I'd mostly build it in cobblestone, unless you wanted to make it look fancy. You want to make it look fancy, that's where you're probably going to have to extend this bit or something, because this bit does look a little ugly when you look at it, and you're like, oh, it looks really nice and symmetrical, and then you see this thing sticking out, and it's a bit, you know, a bit iffy. But anyway, guys, that is an automatic sugarcane farm. I believe this would technically work. Oh, would it work? I think it would work for cactus, but with cactus, because when it's next to a block anyway, it'll break. So you can actually just do it a different way, which I'll probably make another video on, which is pretty simple. You can hear in the background that this is kind of going off as well. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, leave in the comments what kind of other tutorials you want me to show, and I will try and find it and show you, or do it myself. So thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.